Yo, what is up, PPL fans? Shoutout here, coach of the Bayern Munich, and welcome to PPL Season 4, Week 4. This week, we're up against Sam Foofoo and his Mewcastle United, and this is a big match. Seeing as I'm already really late, I can already talk about other Week 4 games, I do believe. If you don't want to know what happened, then ignore this real quick, skip ahead a couple minutes, or 1 minute or something. And you'll be fine. So, Sam is currently the only undefeated team. He's 3-0. Kelly lost his first game this week against Mono. So, yeah, he's the only undefeated player right now, and I'm gonna try to stop him. Also, last season we were both 4-0. Went into the game. I was the number 1. He was number 2, and it was a really important game. Things happened. Not happy about it. You know, misplay on my end, hacks for him in his favor. It just wasn't quite the game we wanted to have, neither of us really. So this season, let's hope that's gonna be different. Still an important game. I'm 2-1, he's 3-0, so if I win, I'm gonna catch up to him at least on points, not necessarily differential, but on points we're gonna be very close, and that's nice. So another thing, I changed one thing on the team. I changed my SIMISEAR from Grassland to Focus Blast because it does do more to Lantern. It does do a good amount to Haxorus as well. So it just seemed like having something to hit Lantern a little harder is just more useful, honestly. So that is that. And yeah, so let's get into team preview. Sam decided to bring Talonflame, Golurk, Mega Aggron, Starmie, Sylveon, and Lantern. Actually, let's not do that. Before we do that, if you want to know what team I'm bringing, make sure to check out team analysis in the description down below. Make sure to check out Sam. He's a lovely guy. I'm sure most of you know him, but if you don't, check him out. He's a fantastic player, fantastic dude. So yeah, don't miss out on his content and his personality. And shout out to Keyno for the graphics on screen and which I don't know if I'll put them on screen because it's a showdown battle, so it doesn't look that good probably. It doesn't seem necessary either, so they're still beautiful. And the thumbnails are made by him as well. And yeah, so that's it. Now we look at the team with preview. As I said, he brought Talonflame, Golurk, Mega Aggron, Starmie, Sylveon, and Lantern. 2 surprises. No Roserade, and no Haxorus. And that is boner inducing. Roserade was going to be a huge problem, especially combined with Starmie. If you had Roserade and Starmie, Latias would have been pressured to no end, especially if you got rocks. Latias just wouldn't have had a good time against this team, honestly, because I would need to switch into both of them, and now I don't have to do that, and that's crazy. That's great. It also means he doesn't have the combination of U-turn Talonflame into Roserade and just nuke stuff, because that combination could be very problematic over time, and that's just not fun because I'm obviously going to go to Water and Talonflame. He can then go into Roserade, and you know, I'm not going to be happy. So that's nice, and no Haxorus. The one thing that I was just pretty much losing sleep over was Haxorus. I don't have anything that can take on Haxorus defensively in any way, shape, or form. Like, at all. Latias gets killed, Nidoqueen gets 2-hit KO'd, Rotom Wash gets 2-hit KO'd as well. If it's a Life Orb or Choice Band variant, then I'm just not looking great. If it's Scarf with Earthquake, I'm not looking great. So, like, very scary Pokemon to my team, especially since I didn't bring Clefairy. He can just kind of spam like Bandit Outrage if he is that set, and that's just not gonna be fun. So, or Scarf Outrage even, and yeah, just wasn't looking good. But it isn't there. That's very nice. However, he brought the Golurk, which is one of the things I expect a little bit less than other things, just because it didn't seem like a necessity for anything. But this means that the Golurk is probably gonna be his Lucario check. And we'll see in a second, later on in the game, what kind of check that actually is. So yeah, so now let's get into leads and stuff. I decided to lead Sneasel. First up, I don't need it for anything. Sneasel is just kind of there to get damage off on things. Was there to help with Roserade offensively. Was there to help with Haxorus mainly. And Mandibuzz, he said, if he decided to bring that, which I had by far the worst matchup against my team, so it was less expected, but Sneasel was still there, was still good for getting items, getting rid of items on things, getting chip damage, having Ice Shot priority is just generally nice against his team, so, yeah. Excuse me. So that was that. So Sneasel is my lead, because, he's probably going to expect to lead with Nidoqueen, so he's going to lead with Golurk, potentially, and be like AV, or like Yachibi or something like that, just Bidef, and try to beat me 1v1, or he's going to lead Starmie. That was my assumption. So Sneasel has a decent lead matchup, especially if he does lead with the Golurk that can just get damage off on a thing, and then it's Lucario time. If Golurk gets weakened, it's pretty much just time for Lucario to have his way with Sam's team. So let's go into the game. As I said, I lead with Sneasel and he leads with Starmie. So I'm gonna pause right away. This is bad for both of us. This is a speed tie. We're both 115 speed. I'm running max speed. He's running max speed. I know that for sure. So this is bad. Let me explain my thought process here. He doesn't want to lose the Starmie turn 1 because Starmie is a really good check to SIMISEAR. It's a really good check to Nidoqueen. And an okay check to Lucario if he doesn't get weakened. So, yeah. Also outspeeds Latias, so if he weakens that, he can kill it as well. So Starmie's just looking really solid. Or really useful, let's put it like that. It's not amazing, but very useful. So, my thought process was he doesn't want to lose a thing. He could be like a Cobra Bear variant, but even if he is like offensive Cobra Bear, he still takes like 70 to 88%, something like that, 75 to 88. So that's fine. And again, Sneasel is by far the most expendable member of my team, so I'm gonna turn 1 risk the speed tie. He doesn't really have a good switch in. So if I win the speed tie right here, I'm gonna be in a great position to start off great, even though it is stupidly risky and I should probably just go into Latias, but I'm gonna explain that as well. If I go Latias here and he goes Sylveon, which at this point is his only really good switch in because it could be like ballsy as motherfucker and click low kick turn 1, predicting Mega Aggron to come in. Not that I would, or the regular Aggron currently, but that I don't think it would be worth it for him to risk. So Sylveon is probably a switch in. And if I go into Latias and he goes into Sylveon, I'm immediately on the back foot, and that would be bad. So, again, Sneasel, most expendable member. I'm going to risk the speed tie here. He does the same, and he wins the speed tie. Turn 1, we're already getting bad luck. I don't think it's bad luck, it's just a 50-50 roll, and he got it. He kills me with the Flash Cannon, that's just unfortunate, but again, Sneasel was most expendable. I'm just going to do Latias, click Side Shock because it does more damage to Golurk if he wants to go into that, or it actually does damage to Golurk on that turn. So, he brings me Mega Aggron, I'm going to go for the Reflect type, and he's going to get up Stealth Rock. So, I'm not a Steel type, a pure Steel type with Levitate. And again, in my team analysis, I said that he was going to be Stealth Rock, Toxic, Heavy Slam, and Earthquake. And I 100% beat that set. Unless he crits me like 15 times in a row, then it could be problematic. But even then, I don't think it's going to work. So, Latias should be fine yet, 1v1 against Mega Aggron. And I can just stay in and slowly whittle the thing down to put it in range for Lucario at +2, which it now is actually. If he's not fully Fizz Death, he's now in range for +2 Lucario. Just make it easier to deal with my team. It's not a necessity for him at this point, but a Steel type Latias is also pretty annoying to his team because it can beat Sylveon depending on its set. So I'm just gonna click Side Shock here in case he wants to go into Golurk, putting like a T-Bolt or something like that. I don't know, it wasn't necessarily a good play, but it kind of worked. Should have gone for T-Bolt first and then Side Shock, but you know. He goes for Heavy Slam, doesn't do much, and now I can start T-Bolting away. That is 19%, that's very decent damage, and this tells me that he's a Spidef Mega Aggron. Pretty much. So that's good knowledge. This time I'm just going to roost up, get back to full, as he goes into Lantern, and that's fine by me. Lantern cannot beat me, even though I am a speed type. I'm still specially defensive Latias. So I don't resist Scald, but hey. Yeah, so I'm going to go for Side Shock, do 26%, he goes for Discharge, does not get a parry, that's nice. What does Discharge, just Side Shock damage tells me is that he's not defensive. He doesn't have HP investment. He's probably speedy out in. Or like a Spidef Assault Vest variant, something like that. Or he just has Max Spidef, Max Special Attack. Something of the sort, but no bulk investment on the physical side whatsoever. That's good to know. For Nidoqueen, for Lucario. Even for Latias. So, and for SIMISEAR, because he could be like the world's bulkiest Spidef AV Lantern, and that would be bad. So I need to keep that in mind as well. So that's good scouting knowledge. So, I'm going to get more damage off on the thing, because it's annoying to SIMISEAR, it's his best check to SIMISEAR, and it's a good hard wall for Road and Watch pretty much. So, he goes for Scald, again doesn't get taxed, so that's really fortunate in my favor. And this turn, I'm just going to go for the Roost. Just get myself back to full, stay healthy for the Starmie, as he goes from Dapper Popper to Sylveon. So, this is weird, because why would you do that, right? I'm a Steel type right now. Well, he can still kind of beat me, like he can potentially stall me out, potentially. It's probably going to be a long and annoying time, but he has the option of stalling me out. And I'm not really down for that, to be honest. So I'm just going to switch out into my ANDiTKO. There's no way he's going for side shot there. So he's thought of a wish. And my best play here is just to click Earth Power. Why? Because I don't want Mega Aggron to get a wish back. He could make that risky play. I don't want Lantern to get a wish back. I don't want any of those two things happening. So I'm just going to go for the safe Earth Power. And get damage off. And he stays in, which is fine. Made a little bit of a risky play, but as you can see, he's not going to have lefties. And he crits me. So, unfortunate. But he's going to stay in. Which kind of should have told me that he's Kebia Berry. The Poison Berry. I think it's Kebia. Yeah, it is. So, kind of should have told me that, but it didn't. So, that side shot damage tells me he's max special attack modest, but he isn't specs because he just switched his moves, obviously. He's also probably not a boosting item, so Kebia Berry is very likely that didn't cross my mind at the time, though. Max special attack modest, and that is cool. Because what I can do now is get up my rocks, and then I can poison jab and get huge damage off the thing, even if he's Kebia Berry. It's going to be a lot of damage, and he's just max HP, which is also good to know. So, I'm going to stay in and just click my, get up my rocks here. I'm guaranteed to live in a side shot because I am max defense. ANDiTKO, almost max defense. Let's go for another side shot and get another crit. Ah! What did I do to deserve this? What did I do? That's 2 crits in a row on the same Pokemon. And I would have gotten the damage off on the thing, and it would have been great. So yeah, damage on Sylveon would have been nice. Like, really nice. If you didn't get any of those crits, I think it would have been like a 4-hit KO? 3-hit KO? I don't really remember. I think it would have been 3-hit KO still. So it didn't matter hugely, but it would have burnt his berry. It would have gotten damage off, and that matters. Having knowledge that he is not Babiri Berry. He could just be playing very riskily and be Babiri Berry. So that's definitely a possibility. So that's unfortunate. Also would have made my Latias life easier. But now we go into Lucario. Look at this team right now. A +2 Lucario wins. Straight up. Talonflame dies off the rocks. Golurk dies to an Iron Tail. Mega Aggron dies to CC. Starmie after the life of damage already took. And his Stealth Flux is pretty much guaranteed in range for the E-Speed. He could win the roll, but he has like a... I think the low roll is 76. He would be at 79. So pretty much guaranteed to kill him. And Lantern is obviously going to die to anything that's not Iron Tail, so E-Speed probably. So, and since I am the fattest Lucario in the history of Lucarios, because I don't need much speed, I can take a modest max special attack Hyper Voice guaranteed from the thing. So I can Sword Stance right here, and he switches. And now we might just be inside. He sacks off Lantern, which is a good play on his part. Went for a steam move, we could have lived, and then, you know. But I can just go for E-Speed, and I don't have to lower my defense, and Lantern goes down. It's a kill for Lucario, and we are not 6-0. And he immediately, you don't see this in this, but he brought out Golurk straight away. Like, I've never seen someone send a Pokemon this fast. What does that tell me? He's a Scarf Golurk. There's no way that he isn't Scarf Golurk. Because any other Golurk would die to a +2 Lucario at this point. Almost any. I think Fizdef would take, if he's like Colbur Berry, he can take a Crunch. Iron Tail might be a roll though. So, at this point, Lucario is my win condition. If this thing goes down, Lucario wins. Straight up. So if I had my Sneasel and if I had Pursuit, which I didn't, so if I just had Sneasel, that would be nice, but I don't, and that's just really unfortunate. So yeah, I'm going to switch out. I'm going to bank on him being actually Scarf, and switch out, go into my Rotom Watch, because there's no way he's risking anything other than going for Earthquake right here. It's just not happening. So so he does go for Earthquake, and since I'm pretty sure he's Scarf, I can just Volt Switch. Lantern is down, so get free initiative right here as he goes into the Sylveon, and that's nice. Get some good chip damage off, and now I can go into the God, the Lord Almighty, Simon the SIMISEAR. We're inside. And now we have another... I'm pausing a lot, I know, but this is a very thought-intense game. A lot of thinking. I took a lot of time for my turn. Sam probably hates me, but he also took the time, so he probably doesn't hate me. So I don't know why I said that. Anyway, Simon is inside. He cannot possibly kill me. Hyper Voice doesn't kill me. Side Shot doesn't kill me. Wish isn't going to kill me, obviously. It's not an attacking move. And he's not going to have Hidden Power Ground. Or anything of the sort. So, I can Nasty Plot here. Because if he immediately goes into Starmie, predicting that, I can just go Latias, and it's fine. But my thought process is, he's probably going to expect me to be a Life Orb SIMISEAR with Gunk Shot. So he's not going to go into Talonflame, because if I go for Gunk Shot right here, he dies. Depending on my attack investment, of course, but he has a good chance of dying to the Gunk Shot. He's not going to star me because Gunshot is still going to do an absolute crap load to that thing. And I can live any hit from the thing. So I can nasty spot right here, and I can get a kill pretty much. Because star me after rocks and the life of damage it has taken is pretty much guaranteed to die to a +2 charcoal boosted Fire Blast. Talonflame also dies, and if he's Spliff, I'm guaranteed to live any hit from it. So, I'm gonna go for nasty spot. He goes into Talonflame. The balls! I was so close to clicking HP Rock. I wasn't super close. That's what was most likely my play, but I had it in my back of my mind. I was like, maybe I click HP Rock here. But I didn't think he would make this play. Because I know Sam knows PU Mons, and I know he knows that the thing gets Gunshot. So, I thought he would be worried about the life of Gunshot. He explained the play to me afterwards. I'm gonna have to watch his side for this, so it made a lot of sense. So I'm not saying it was a bad play or anything. It really wasn't. In hindsight, at the time I was really confused, but it really made sense. So I'm +2 SIMISEAR. I can kill us with anything that's not Focus Blast. So and if he's Spadef, and as you can see in a second, he's lefties, which screams, "Hey, I'm a Spadef Talonflame, boy." So I'm gonna stay in, take the chance of me actually living a Brave Bird, and go for HP Rock. And he switches. I don't know why, but he switches into Sylveon. And I go for HP Rock, get a crit, which doesn't matter. So, HP Rock is a roll to kill, but I'm just gonna go for Fire Blast because it's gonna kill Talonflame. Guarantee, obviously, because he had 7%. And I fucking miss. I fucking miss my Fire Blast. And that is so big. That is so fucking big. Because Talonflame would have been gone, just obliterated. SIMISEAR would still be at good health to be able to actually live a hit from Sylveon. And that would have been nice. He would have had to go into Starmie or go into Scarf Golurk and risk me going into Rotom. Probably just stayed in, scouted what he went for, and then gone to the appropriate Pokemon, which was most likely Rotom Wash. Because if he went for Shadow Punch, I could actually live that and kill him with a Fire Blast. Simple as that. So that miss was big because Talonflame would have been gone right here. I would have still had a SIMISEAR. Having one more Pokemon or less is bad because, as you can see in a second, he's gonna get lefties back, and he's gonna crit me with Brave Bird. That didn't matter. He was max attack adamant, so SIMISEAR goes down without getting a kill because RNG hates it. That was so unfortunate. Talonflame would have been dead. SIMISEAR would have been inside. He would have had to go into Starmie, which again I have Latias for. At this point, his team really doesn't like Latias. I can just click Psyshock, and then Golurk is slowly but surely getting whittled down, and Lucario is looking better and better. So that miss was absolute. It wasn't the biggest thing, but it was pretty big. Let's just say it. Let's just say that. So yeah, crit didn't matter, thankfully, because he was not Spadef, he was max attack. And yeah, so let's continue on. He goes Starmie, I go Latias because Latias is my safest thing because he goes Golurk, I can just go Rotom, etc, etc. So I'm gonna click Psyshock here because I want to get damage off on his Golurk. I want to fucking crit it. I don't fucking crit it. I do 30%, and that confirms to me he has no bulk investment. He is Scarf Golurk. Definitely. So I'm gonna go to my Rotom Wash because I can take the Shadow Punch and I don't need it for the other guy any longer. And I'm gonna click Will-O-Wisp up here because that's my safest play. If he goes Starmie, I get damage off regardless. And if he stays in, that's amazing. If he predicts me to Volt Switch again, that would be fucking godly, but he doesn't. He makes a safe play. Sax Silver was his best play. He made it, and that's fine. So now we get into the interesting part. Again, this is longer than my Wi-Fi comms. Jesus Christ! But I can pause. I can talk about these plays that just require so much thinking. Starmie comes in. If I go Latias right here, as he goes for Psychic, I win. Latias wins me the game. I'm pretty sure, at least. Because Latias can beat Mega Aggron 1v1. I still have my Rotom back to prevent him from spamming Scarf Earthquake. Well, he can't spam Scarf Earthquake with Golurk. So I don't know what I'm saying. Because I have Latias with Levitate, obviously. Even if I Reflect type, yeah. So basically, if I go Latias right here, I pretty much have the game in the back. So my play is probably going to Latias. And knowing Sam, he's probably going to predict that. So I'm going to take that risk here of him predicting my Latias, pulling a double into his Golurk, trying to get the initiative, or going into Mega Aggron even, and go for Will-O-Wisp. He goes for Ice Beam, which is pretty much a decent play as well. That's also an option. Ice Beam with rocks and the Analytic Boost had a chance of killing me. 2 Ice Beams, that is, not 1, 2 Ice Beams. So yeah, he's going for Psychic Disarm to kill me. So that was another thing. I didn't want to risk Ladias and then just losing to Starmie, even though E-Speed probably would have put it in range. No, it wasn't in life. It wasn't in E-Speed range yet. No, it would have been up for 2 life up hits. So probably Ladias was the best play in the end anyway. So it was probably a misplay on my end, which is just unfortunate. But yeah, misplays. Rotom goes down, and now I go Ladias. I think I do, because going into Lucario would allow me to go for E-Speed, but then you can just go into Golurk and click Shadow Punch pretty much. Actually, Lucario might have just been my better play. No, because Mega Aggron can actually live a close combat from this range. That's the thing. Depending on his spread, even if he's Spadef, he can actually live. You can still have some defense investments, so he can still live a close combat plus rocks plus E-Speed. So I didn't want to risk that. So Starmie, Ladias was the play in the end. But Lucario might have worked in hindsight, because I killed this with E-Speed. If he goes for Shadow Punch, predicting my Ladias, Lucario lives that and kills him with Iron Tail, and then I win. So yeah, maybe I should have gone Lucario, but then again, who knows? Who knows? So I'm going to go Ladias here. I'm just going to roost all the thing, obviously. 39% from the Life Up Ice Beam, that is cute. Ladias, you're a monster. So I'm just going to roost up and let this thing kill itself to Life Up Recall. That's the second thing on Sam's team that kills itself to Recall. I don't get frozen, which is incredibly surprising. And I can roost up back to full. Now he has to go into Golurk, and he has to lock himself into Shadow Punch. And the only way I can win at this point is if he chokes. He goes for Shadow Punch. And if I get a crit right here with Ladias. Can I get a crit? No. No revenge hacks for me. Nothing. I don't get it. I don't get a revenge crit. Because if I would have gotten a crit there, I would have won the game, and that would have been sweet. So, Shadow Punch kills me. Ladias goes down, put in a lot of work this game. And now I can do Lucario, I can click Iron Tail, because I can live with Shadow Punch. If he chokes there and stays in, I win, potentially. He doesn't choke, he doesn't stay in, and I can kill the thing with Iron Tail plus Close Combat. He could have been fancy and preserved the 2-0 there by going to Golurk on the CC, but it would have been a silly play. So yeah, Megalovania goes down, and now Golurk comes in. The final test of if it's Scarf, actually that was already happened, so he's gonna Earthquake me, knock me out, and that's a GG to Sam. That was a game that happened. GG Sam, again, that was so intense. I think I misplayed a little bit at the end. But again, those were 50-50s in the end, I feel like, personally. Though, we couldn't risk Golurk getting weakened. So I guess that makes sense. He was still going to Mega Aggron because that wasn't necessary at that point. So yeah, I think I made I didn't make a bad play, just, again, 50-50s. But the hacks obviously played a huge role in this game. Sam played really well, I'm not going to deny that by any stretch of the imagination. The Scarf Golurk was a great bring on his end. And yeah, Mega Aggron, by the way, was the exact set I predicted, because he didn't have much leeway against my team, other than he was considering Rock Polish, which is crazy. He didn't bring it, so that's kind of nice. I would have preferred to lose to that, but you know. Yeah, that's a 1-0 loss. The hacks played a huge favor. Turn 1, I don't want to call it hacks. I said while I was making that play to myself, I was like, right, if I lose a speed tie, it's my own damn fault. I did lose the speed tie. It's my own damn fault. So I can't really be too upset about that, but the 2 crits on Nidoqueen, the miss with SIMISEAR, it just added up in the end. And that's just unfortunate. 2 Pokemon went down when they really shouldn't have, and it always matters. I don't care what the situation is. Something like that always matters. So that's the game. We lose to Sam again. We still didn't have a clean match against Sam. That's so unfortunate, but it was such an incredibly intense game. Yeah, GG to Sam. That was great. Yeah, maybe next season we can get a clean game. That'd be nice. So we're now 2-2 with a neutral differential. I think I'll put the league table on screen right now if I remember. I probably won't. I'm probably gonna remember, but be too lazy. Not be too lazy. But I think we're like at 5th, still 6th, something like that. So still in a decent position. Sam is 4 though. He's number 1 in the league right now, which is much deserved. And yeah, we're back. We're back where Sam was last season. Or he's back where he was last season. And yeah, we lose. We 2-2 now. We have never gotten 2 losses in the first 4 weeks. Obviously, that's a new one. So I guess we just gotta win out the season now. That sounds fair. That sounds doable. It actually doesn't, because next week we already have the next massive match, the next fucking hit game of the season, I guess. We play my good friend Paulie Mac, and his Thunderbolt Wanderers. And he has Manaphy, and he has Latios, he has Zapdos, he has Emor, he has a bunch of scary Pokemon. There are other things as well that are also scary, but I'm not going to mention them. That's going to be a huge game. I think Paul is also 2-2, 3-1, 2-2. I think he's 2-2. Could be wrong, but yeah, Paul's a really good battler, really good friend of mine. It should be a fun game. We'll see how we do against Manaphy. It's the first time I play Manaphy in draft format. We'll see how I can do against my good old friend. So that's our former captain as well. So that's gonna be it. Tell me what you guys think of the game. Did I make misplays? Did the hacks matter like hugely? Maybe it didn't matter and I'm just stupid. Who knows? And yeah. Make sure to check out Sam, check out Keyno, all links in the description down below to PPL social media as well, because power rankings exist with Mighty Brawlic and Styx. And then the 2 rankings I forgot. I think it's Riz? Draft? Something like that? No, wait, it's Chaos. And I don't remember. People are doing rankings. They're great. Watch them if they go up. And that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave some nudes. I will appreciate it, and hopefully see you guys next time. Goodbye.